is happening, everybody? Thank you for joining us for this 2,500 subscriber giveaway. Now, as all of you know, this is all set up. I see there's a couple comments sitting down here with Alex. All this needed to be done beforehand just because of the way that it was set up made it so that it needed to be priorly done because of the ticket system that we did. So all the entries were closed actually Friday at midnight. So last night at midnight, we shut it down just to give everybody the opportunity to get their tickets in. Gives me an opportunity to sort it all because the algorithm I just had to verify since it's the first time that I use that algorithm and that setup with Excel to publish it the correct way. So there won't be any way to enter the giveaway tonight, and I apologize for that. Once again, it's just one of those things that with the maybe if I get more comfortable with the system, we'll definitely be able to do that in the near future. But just going to do a quick little check with everybody. I'm seeing everybody saying hi and coming in. Thank you for joining us. We've got DigiSmithy, Oliver, Alex, of course. Thank you for being here. David, yes, my name is Andy. That's been I thought it's been on a few times. I'm just gonna go ahead and check. Is everybody seeing the video? Because according to the YouTube thing here, it's telling me it's not working. But I'm looking to see you guys hear and see me just fine before we go too far into this. So, but hopefully it's getting through. I'm seeing some good thing, some comments coming through. Yes, it was on the Google form. That's the way that I ended up setting it up, and then that translated over into the Excel sheet, and then the Excel sheet I used to create all the different things. So once again, that's the way that I set this up. I figured what we would do is just have a sit down, relax. I mean, this is not a structured discussion at all. This is just to have any kind of comments, anything you guys want to talk about, it's open. I just want to do a relaxing lounge. Trying to go for about an hour and a half is kind of my game plan right now, so we can continue to move through on questions and things that are going on right now. But I figured right away here, I'm going to just go at about 8:05. We'll do our first giveaway, and we'll start off with this one right here. So I've got the Hidden Fates tin. This was actually the least picked item with the tickets, which is fine. Like I said, I put out the polls to see what people wanted. If you wanted Shining Fates, Hidden Fates, what booster boxes you wanted. We went through quite a stringent thing to try and get everybody what they wanted. And I did my best to try and put the best items out there. But this one was the least out of all the items. But I get it. It's 4 packs. It's Hidden Fates. I know a lot of newer people aren't as excited of Hidden Fates as someone like my age. That this was actually the big set that came out before everything went crazy in the Pokemon TCG. So once again, just going through that. That's going to be the first giveaway we're going to do. And we're going to work through the least popular to the most popular item just to keep that excitement going. And I believe the most exciting item, if I remember right, was the Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest booster box was the highest item. It had over 200 and some entries on that one. The Chilling Reign was the second at about 190, and the Charizard UPC had about 150. So just giving an idea where people's voting went. This only had about 55 votes. So once again, thank you guys. We did put up some new stickers too, some new emojis inside of there. As I've been doing before, I'm just going to put everybody a reminder, we have the membership open, and I did put a 99-cent tier. There's a lot of people that just wanted a 99-cent tier. So I did add that in. It'll give you access to the emojis, and you'll get your, shield, your axe shield, and of course Northwoods with axe crossing. So we definitely you'll get that access, and you'll be able to grow. If you want to move up into the channel later, you can. But definitely a good step-in point for that 99 cents. I know a lot of people were requesting that because it's, it just seems like a really good just step-in place to show your support and be involved. So once again, that is going to be available. Anybody that is a member on here, of course, we will have some new custom emojis that I put up. And I am currently working on 3 more also. So, yeah, there you go, Pika Pika. 1 in 55 chance of winning a Hidden Fates tin. So that's not too bad. And then some people did, of course, ask to open the product. So I'll try and do it here. I didn't really have a camera set up. Didn't know how I was exactly planning on doing that on this live. But maybe if we do it, we'll do a little side opening of it real quick just to show what's inside of each one of these products if someone does get picked. It was a very small amount. Only 8% of people wanted the product opened and hits shipped. So overall, just another one of those things. Yep, there you go. There's the new emojis some of the new emojis that we threw up, and I'm working on a few more of them. So definitely going to be some. I'm trying to refine them a little bit more, so we'll be able to get that. And of course, as you know, the more members that we get at that 99 and any kind of membership, it gives the ability for me to keep adding in kind of custom emojis. So definitely something I'm working on. I don't know if those are going to be the finished products, but I definitely am working on some more. So anyways, before we get started here, since we're at about the 8:05 mark, so since we got a good grouping of people in here, why don't we go ahead and start it out with the first giveaway. So if I go over here, let me pull up on the right screen, not, you don't want to see my algorithm stuff. So here we go. Here is the Hidden Fates side, which had 52. So I had 52 entries into the Hidden Fates. As you can see, I just added them all in from that algorithm. So once again, it's all there. It's all ready to go for that part of it. So we can go ahead and I will do the shuffle on this. Get this all going for us. Hit shuffle a few times on it. And you guys ready to rock and roll? Let's see what we can do. All right, let's hit it. Let's see who gets the Hidden Fates tin. Just to start her off right away here at the beginning, get one of these going. Of course, Antonio won. Congratulations, Antonio. And he did put it as open. So we will be going through and opening that then on the side. So once again, thank you, Antonio, for being a member. You have been a long-standing member of this channel. I know you have been around for a long period of time. So congratulations, Antonio. Once again, we will probably set up a side thing to open up something like that and do it. And I will double check with Antonio to make sure he doesn't change his mind. I want to give everybody opportunity that if they want the sealed product, sometimes they don't think they're going to win, so they say open it. I'll just verify with him before we open this tin that he wants to do so. And once I hear from him, then definitely we will open this up on the side. So congratulations, Antonio. Thank you once again for being a member for a long time. So Antonio, I see you're in the chat. Do you really want to open this on the channel, or do you want me to send it to you? I'll just give him the option while we're here. But once again, hey, welcome, Professor Oak. Thanks for joining the chat. Once again, we're getting some really good, really familiar faces in here. James, thanks for joining us. Once again, one of our members that are in here. We've got 2 members in the chat, so thank you for joining the membership once again. Professor Oak, one of my longtime friends. He's been hanging around. I've been in his Discord for a long period of time, and definitely a very good person to have contacts with in the Pokemon TCG. Definitely has a lot of things going with him right now, especially his Discord. His Discord is on fire. So once again, great opportunity. If you don't know Professor Oak, go ahead, jump on his Discord server too. There's a lot of things happening, and he has a lot of big names in that particular server for people. So otherwise, thank you guys for joining. Once again, we're going to move in now. If you guys got anything to talk about? I mean, I know there's been some comments on the last video. I think people misunderstand the meaning of a hot take. A hot take is designed to be a very bold, assertive, and most of the time a controversial topic. The fact that was about the yellow borders. Do I think that there's a chance? There you go, Antonio. Say I'll take it sealed. Is there a chance that they'll be coming back with reprints of yellow bordered cards? Yes, I think that we will be seeing even a distributor saying yes. I don't know anybody that's really in the Pokemon distribution, sales, and all that have any doubt in their mind that we're going to see reprints of yellow bordered cards. Yellow bordered cards are not going to be a drop out of rotation just because of the fact that they don't want to print yellow. Yellow's in the printer. The printers are still printing yellow energies. They're printing yellow already inside of there. It's not a color going away. So overall, I don't think that's going to be a big factor. But once again, it was meant to be a bold statement. It's meant to be a semi-controversial. And the reason you want to do that is that it gets good discussion. It gets people's thoughts and things moving and everything kind of pushing where your thought process sometimes change. It's a good way to get creative thinking. Sometimes you get people that are get a little bit assertive about it the other direction. But that's definitely a good thing too, because then you can have a discussion and really have points of view and get your thought process going a little bit different sometimes. Because sometimes some people are on the fence. They're, oh yeah, yellow borders are done. I should go ahead, and they hear something like this and it gets their head thinking a little bit different. So once again, definitely was the purpose of that video was just to be a hot take, be a controversial discussion, but be very bold and very assertive about the direction of that particular discussion. So there we go, guys. I just wanted to put that out there real quick because I know some people were, am I 100% positive that they're going to reprint yellow bordered cards. 99.999, I would never put it past them not to, but that would probably not be because of the yellow border, in my opinion. It would be more of the MSRP change and mechanics and the playability, and tournament players would be more of a deciding factor than that yellow border at the end of the day. All right. So yeah, Antonio, like I said, I saw that you said you'll take it sealed. Yeah, you did not think he would win. That's why I wanted to check. So once again, Antonio, if you could hit me up in email that's down below, and I will definitely send me your address and stuff, and I will get that out to you. Once again, thank you for being a member of this channel. And yes, as some people have said, we are already pushing close to 3,000. So we have been moving along extremely well. We've been doing really well. Thanks to the community. Thanks to everybody hitting that like button, getting involved in the conversations, the comments. That's all major things that really help the channel along. What's your best Crown Zenith pull been so far? My best one so far, let's see, I actually got the little stack of them right here, and so far I got the nice Radiant Charizard. Actually, the centering on it is really nice, so I might be sending that because I was going to send a Radiant collection of the Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard from Pokemon Go. Was it Go? Yeah, Pokemon Go. I was going to send a group of those for grading, and I am going to add this one in too, so it was a great opportunity on that one. Let me see. What else did I have for good pulls? I know I got this good Zash. I like the Zacian art. So this was one of the Zacian cards that we got. So that was one that we pulled on a short. Oh yeah, that's one too. This is another one I like. The Zeraora VMAX. That was a really nice pull. I do really like the artwork of that card. Zeraora was one of those cards that I really wasn't big on when it first came out, and since then I've kind of grown to like it a lot more. So definitely was excited to get that pull. That was one of mine on my top 10 list to get. The other one I got was the Zamazenta. So I also got the Zamazenta out of that one. So those were really the biggest pulls. I've only opened 2 ETBs, guys. I haven't really opened a ton of Crown Zenith. I try to keep it under control just because, you know, once again, I'm more of the investment side. I try to open some of my kids, and I'll probably open more later. I'm still kind of fencing to see where I want to be on positioning on that set overall. So I'd rather keep as much available in the back as I can, and definitely have that availability. Let's see. So what are we at right now? Chat's moving a little bit faster than I am. Let's see. They are Costco all around. I still don't get why people went. Can't print. Literally, I agree, Digi. I mean, that was my point in the video. I was hearing so many channels starting to say that now's the time to invest into yellow border cards because, you know, that. And that's exactly why I did the point I did. It was because I was trying to make people realize that, hey, there's nothing stopping them. And I mean, I put down the 2 videos of Mason did a very nice video with Millennial Print Group. So he actually had Millennial Print Group and their equipment, and you can see exactly how they print something. So the color, the paper literally goes in white. It goes in white with whatever hollow pattern, you know, it's kind of aligned and it goes through. So overall, it doesn't matter what color it is. The whole thing's getting printed on the top. The whole front coloring is a print, and the whole bottom is. So overall, it's definitely one of those things that it's really easy to print yellow borders. Yellow is going to be in the building. They're not throwing yellow away. Let's see here. I like Pogo. Pogo had its things. You know, they all have their little niche things. I guess a lot of things that I have against Pogo is the artwork in general. I mean, the Mewtwo could have been a lot better. You know, the Mewtwo that's in Crown Zenith, to me, should have been in Pokemon Go, and it would have been a really big chase card at in that set. Now that it's in this set, it's still a really good alternate art, but it's getting kind of foreshadowed by everything else. These gold cards, all these other cards that are inside of Crown Zenith are definitely kind of smothering that that viewpoint of that Mewtwo alternate art that's in Crown Zenith. But I think Crown Zenith is 100 times better than what we are actually seeing in Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go alternate art from Mewtwo was just kind of blah. I mean, it just reminded you, again, of Detective Pikachu more than anything else, in my opinion. What do you got going on here? What is the deal with Evolution's tins from Evolving Skies being $20 each? Which ones were you from Evolving Skies? Are those the? Trying to think. I don't have that set. Is that the ones with the Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, or are those the $5? Because I know they had the $5 tins. I think I know what you're talking about when they were on clearance right now. I saw that they've been on clearance for 19.99 or 19.98, whatever it is in their clearance price, and I think it's because they took out the Evolving Skies in them. So the popularity really dropped down on those tins. If it's the one to talk about, there was the Umbreon, I think Umbreon, Espeon, and one other one. The three tins that way. There was 5 packs in them, and I think that was one of those ones that was definitely missing from that point. Was they removed the Evolving Skies out of that particular tin, which then of course it was just a bunch of lower performing sets. Oh, it's moved. Okay, Digi. The last time I looked, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been so busy this last week. The Mewtwo V Star alternate art was going down quite a bit, but maybe it's rebounded. I have not been checking. I'm gonna be honest. I've been out of Crown Zenith this last week. I've been so busy on other things that it has not really been a big thing on my radar. So I should probably go update myself on the current card list, because when I was there before, there was a lot of them above it. It was going down, but maybe it's rebounded now. Once again, once we find pull rates of these cards, once we sit there and start seeing the actual way that these cards are laying out and things like that, that can really change, the position of these cards. That Mewtwo alternate art might be V-Star alternate art might be very difficult to get, and thus it would move up. Kind of like the guaranteeing of gold cards and kind of those kind of things are we're going to see some jockeying in that positioning. So. Oh, so there you go. So Digi just checked it because he was editing a short. So yeah, I haven't done any shorts with those. So I haven't been checking prices at all. I've just been completely trying to get everything done for the giveaway, trying to get past all my kids being sick and dig through all that stuff has just been crazy trying to keep up with everything right now. Thoughts on a new Scarlet and Violet set? Still wondering if I should be hyped on it. I'm back and forth on it, Jesse. I like the alternate art direction that we're seeing inside of there. Once again, I did that nice video at the alternate arts where we were talking about, or where I was talking about how they're now doing that progressionary alternate art, which I think is a great evolution for alternate arts to go to that path. Seeing an alternate art in the V Star, probably gonna whatever EX or whatever versions they're doing now in there, but they have actually got that moving forward and growing with time on that. And like I said in my video, I think I could see some really good opportunities of, Charmander, Charmeleon, and then Charizard or Blastoise, Squirtle, War Turtle. You can do Venusaur, Ivysaur, and Bulbasaur, and just see those evolutionary lines in a card line. And that way, I think that there's some really good opportunities. Overall in the set, I don't know how high it's going to perform, just because it's still a base set. Typically, most base sets tend to be a little flatter when they come out, and basically it's because, number one, they can get printed pretty heavy because of the new mechanic moving into a new era and things changing. So that's really something that may affect whether or not it'll be a huge hype set, or maybe it's just because of the current market. People are really excited about everything that comes out. There's alternate arts, there's gold cards, there's all these things coming back inside of there. So there's definitely maybe an opportunity, but I have not seen, and I guess once again, I've been out of the loop for last week with the release in Japan. I really should have been on it. Where Scarlet and Violet is. I don't know if they have a trainer gallery in Scarlet and Violet. I didn't see one announced up to date, but in the last week, now that it's been released, there might be one at this point. Maybe someone in the comments knows. Let's see. I've opened 7 ETBs and got 2 gold Garantinas and 1 gold Palkia. Crown Zenith is an amazing set. Just the 2 ETBs I opened were extremely exciting, and I've got 2 down here still. Well, 3, because I got 1 hidden over there. And it's really tempting to want to just open them up. It's just so much fun of a set. You get pull after pull after pull in that set. The trainer gallery or the Galarian gallery, and the rare side is really loaded in this box. So far, everyone I've opened. But then I laughed because then I bought one through Dan at Catch 'em All Collectibles, and that one, nothing in it. I got nothing in that, and that's what I said. That's my typical when I buy a booster pack or a booster or an ETB or something on online, it definitely is really, really. I miss it every time. So it's not surprising, and it's nothing against Dan, but it's my normal luck when it comes down to purchasing anything that someone else breaks. It seems to just completely miss horribly. Victors, a lot of people aren't getting them easily. I heard they're moving forward to Scarlet and Violet. There will be no longer rainbow cards. What's your thoughts about that? I I once again I haven't looked at it, and we've been wondering when rainbow cards were going to go away. I'm actually surprised that I did see a gold card come through for Scarlet and Violet. So gold cards are going to move forward. I did not know about rainbow cards, but I think we're going to be seeing more of like this Galarian Gallery and more of these alternate arts driving these sets rather than rainbow rares. So personally, I think they're to a point where they've kids enjoy them. That's the one thing I have against getting rid of rainbow rares is kids tend to enjoy rainbow rares while adults do not. They tend to enjoy the alternate arts. My son does not know what an alternate or doesn't care about alternate arts. He doesn't see them as being a special Pokemon, but you pull a gold or a rainbow and he instantly gets excited because he knows that's a good pull. That's an ultimate sign of a secret rare for him is seeing that complete shift in the card. So once again, I'm torn on it. I really do think that rainbows have had their time. I think that they've gone long enough to where they're starting to phase out anyways, and gold cards were kind of my feelings also, but they've carried those through. Once again, if rainbows don't move forward, it wouldn't surprise me in the least. Okay, so Digismiths said they do have a trainer gallery. So but Scarlet and Violet will have a trainer gallery, so we have a chance of being a pretty exciting set. If they continue bringing those bigger things in there, we definitely have an opportunity at that. Let's go in, Charles. Thanks for joining. Antonio, I see that you sent my email, so I will. Yep, I got it. Okay, I got it on my side here. So yeah, I got your email. I will get that sent out to you here after the live. I'll probably work on that early next week and get them all shipped out. Hello, Anthony. How's it going today? More bullish for the last set of Porter. More bullish on which one? I'm honestly not even taking it into consideration. Market scraper. I'm not taking it into consideration. I'm looking at the sets themselves, what they can actually hold in it. Currently, got to do more research on Scarlet and Violet, but right now I would probably be buying Silver Tempest over Scarlet and Violet at this point in time until I look through Scarlet and Violet closer, see what's in Trainer Gallery, see what's available. It's really going to change my feelings on that as we move forward. So yeah, the border color doesn't matter as much to me. I don't think that's going to be a big deciding factor, but I do think the actual alternate arts in right now with the Lugia still being a hot chase card out of Silver Tempest, definitely going to be one of those sets I'm still going to enjoy. Probably be looking more at Sword and Shield still currently because they are on the shorter end of the list. So regardless, they're going to run out of reprints before Scarlet and Violet. So I'll still be working back the last year, hoping for some reprints, some bigger reprints of some of these sets at the end of the day. Antonio, do you think people jumping to Japanese sets because of the lack of reprints? I think it's a factor. I've looked at it just because when I'm sitting here trying to look at budgetary and trying to spend so much per month and allocations, trying to grow things, that and the quality and the actual rarities of Japanese seems to be doing better still. And their overall market is performing better than English markets, and they have for a while now. So once again, I think there's a multitude of factors, Antonio. I think people are looking for the next thing. People are starting to grow in this hobby. They're starting to get more comfortable in this hobby. And as people tend to get more comfortable in English, they will start looking at Japanese. They will start looking at other forms of investments or opportunities or cards to build their collections. Some people just want, sometimes just cards as Japanese collections, and other people want these cards to just have as investments. And both of them are good opportunities. I think Japanese is probably going to continue to move up as people in this hobby age and are in here longer. The people that are here, I think, are going to be here for a little bit longer. Yeah, we're going to lose some, but I think there's going to be this turnover, of course. But I think there's going to be a good core of people moving forward. And I think as they age, they will continue to move different directions and different places in the end of the day to try and find that next big thing. So let's see. Digi also ought to base set will be combined with the Japanese. Okay. There should be both. Yeah. Okay. So they're doing yeah. I don't know if they're calling it a trainer gallery or Galarian gallery. They might go with that Galarian gallery instead. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that overall turns out. Let's see. People only show good boxes. I'm on. And like I said, I got a terrible box Pokepack. I got a terrible box from Dan. It does happen to the best of us. Granted, you only open two ETBs worth. It's not a good sampling to know overall how the pulls are in those packs. It could be regional too. Some ETB areas are better. Some get a little bit worse. Some areas, where you buy them from, how they're mixed and matched, sometimes can affect that too. There's a lot of reasonings that you could get bad packs and good packs, and it's just there's a lot of variables. Once again, it's a manufacturing process, and sometimes it's all luck too. Sometimes it's just the machine ran out, changed whatever they were running low, so they changed the pull rates on some of the packs to get more bad packs in with the ETB, because realistically they just have to get 8. Maybe the 2 I pulled were the first ones on the run and they were heavy. It's really difficult to know where it's going to end up at the end of the day. Let's see. I think getting rid of rainbows is fine because that's exactly it, Digi. It's fine to get rid of rainbows at this point in time. We've got enough other chase cards in the hobby right now with the Galarian Gallery, Trainer Gallery. We've got all these alternate arts and all these other things. There's enough chases in here that's definitely going to be pretty easy to get through that. They should keep at least 2 rainbow cards per set. I could get behind that with Ancient Mew. I could see them keeping them and putting even 1 or 2 good rainbow chases in there and just make them Pokemon. Get rid of the trainer ones. Just go right to the Pokemon Rainbow Rares. I could go behind that one too. I mean, it's part of me likes seeing that differential, something that's really standoutish when you open a pack. Something that when you get to it, you instantly know that it's a hit. You know it just by looking at it. And that's a good way of doing it, is with the Rainbow Rares and Gold cards. I just started collecting again after 20 plus years. So after seeing the alt arts, I got hooked. Yeah, it's really easy to. The alternate arts are definitely a huge improvement, especially for people that are new to the hobby. They're definitely going to see them as a huge opportunity. I think that's part of it. My son started in 2019 when Rainbow Rares and Gold cards were still some of the best pulls out of the pack. So that's where he gets that mindset. I think newer collectors that joined in the alternate art hobby, even younger people, understand what an alternate art is. It's just sometimes there's a group in there I think is not going to see that or see the differences between there. Let's see. Japanese insane right now. Yes, it's crazy right now. Brett Count. Oh, got one here. Same it for me, James. We got Brett. What are your top 5 Sword and Shield sets? Min are in no order, or mine. Okay, mine are in no order. Lost Origins, Brilliant Stars, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, and Crown Zenith. Yeah, I could get behind that. The only one that I think they're all really solid sets. Overall, the only one that I would maybe slip in there, and it's hard to say, that could be a toss point, is if I'm looking at the top sets, I would agree with you. I think Lost Origins got the best trainer gallery in it. Brilliant Stars has got that alternate art. Charizard in it. You've got Chilling Reign with a monster amount of forgotten alternate arts inside of there. There are so many good alternate arts inside of that set that it's really hard to not put that set at the top of a list. Evolving Skies, there again, Evolving Skies is, to me, it's a decent set, but it's a great investment set just because people are drawn to that thing and we get everybody pulled into Evolving Skies over and over and over again. The only problem that I have with it is just the cost of that set is just astronomical right now. Crown Zenith. Yeah, I mean, I could see Crown Zenith being a really heavy hitter overall. I don't think they're going to print enough of it to completely destroy it like Shining Fates. Overall, the alternate art, Cyglarian Gallery, is just hot. It's hot, 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 and it's going to be continuing that way. I could see people grabbing a booster box of Crown Zenith, pulling it out in 15 years, 10 years, and going, today we're opening Crown Zenith, and it just be a monster hit after hit after hit. So I could agree. That's pretty much right where I'm at. The only one that I was kind of questioning throwing in there sometimes is, as weird as it sounds, I do enjoy Fusion Strike too. But I don't know which one I would put it above if I was going to put it in there. I do like that Gengar and that Espeon inside of there. Both are very strong alternate art cards inside of that set. And once again, I think that it got kind of forgotten with everything going on, and those cards are still performing extremely well. They're really sought after. They're really good cards. And I think overall, then the Mew cards in there, the Mew alternate art, the two of them, and the Celebi in that set definitely have some really good, like OG, really heavy hitting Pokemon that go all the way back to Gen 1. So definitely Gen 1 and 2. So there's really some good opportunities in Fusion Strike also. I just don't know which one I would knock out. That's a tough one there, because I would say those 6 would be my 1 through 6 for sure, just in some order in that way. Yeah, no rainbows. Agreed. See, James, what's your favorite Pokemon to collect? My favorite Pokemon is Flareon and Mewtwo. I'm working on a Flareon collection currently. I'm trying to get every one of them in PSA, not necessarily a 10. I do have a couple low-grade ones with the intention of trying to get all of them. And then as I see them come up, when I get the whole collection, I'll be happy, because then I've got everything locked down and say I've got the whole collection, and then I will go ahead and jump up again to the next one. So I'm going to continue to try and build, and replace. So if I got a PSA 7 and I see a 10 come up, I will buy a 10 and then try and replace the 7. So I'll try and get the full collection and then work my way back. But I definitely do like Flareon. Next one I'm really going to work on that one, probably my big expense, is going to be the Flareon Gold Star. And I'm questioning whether or not I should start with a low grade or just go right for the high grade. So way taken care of for you guys, so we can keep moving along here through this. And I'm not completely trying to find something to do while we're still discussing. So I'm going to switch over to the other screen. The next one that's going to be coming up is going to be the Charizard UPC. That's right. So the Charizard UPC. Let me move my face, not the wheel. Hold on. I got all squirrely. There we go. So that way you can see that up here. We got the Charizard UPC. So we will have that one that we're doing now. So once again, I'll take the names. I keep it all visible so everybody can see what's going on. I'm going to shuffle the names up here a few times. Let me shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'm going to get these good and mixed up here. And we're going to say good luck to everybody. So why don't we go ahead and spin the wheel. See what we can get. See who wins this Charizard UPC. And once again, it is sitting right here. So we do have it here for you. Blaze. Blaze is the winner of the Charizard UPC. So once again, Blaze, if you're in the comments, make sure you hit me up. I will put these up on the community page too. So if you don't have to watch the whole video, they'll be up down in the comments. But Blaze, congratulations on the Charizard UPC. Once again, thank you for being a supporter of the channel. Thank you for being here with us. Once again, congratulations. So we've got the Charizard UPC is now out. That was the second from the bottom for the actual packs. So congratulations, Blaze. Once again, you will be receiving that. Yep, blaze it up. We almost had another open. If you go back to that real quick, I'll switch over to the internet screen. I'll close that. It was like literally a half line between having another person to open it. So just kind of funny that we were that close to potentially opening a Charizard UPC on the channel. So once again, awesome, a lot of fun. Like I said, thank you, Blaze. Once again, you'll be, if you could get your contact information, I'll put this out on the other social medias too, so we can definitely hook up and get that to you. I did screw up on the on the platform. I should have put your email in there. I thought it was on there when I sent it out or when I opened it, and I missed that because I was so concentrating on the ticket part of it. So we're gonna have to work a little bit at this, but I will do my best to get these out to everybody that's looking for them. So once again, thank you once again for the members, and thank you, Blaze. Congratulations on the Charizard UPC. So we still have coming up the Chilling Reign and the Silver Tempest booster boxes will still be coming up ahead. So let's see, where was I at on questions? Champions Path or Hidden Fates? Champions Path. Well, I guess Hero, I want to know what your thoughts are. Is if you're looking at them for a set or are you looking at them for an investment? That's going to be a big deciding factor on which one I would go on that one. Let's see. Hi, hello, I love Evolving Skies, but I've been thinking about picking up some Lost Origins and maybe doubling back for some more Chilling Reign. I think it's a good move. Lost Origins, I don't know what a booster box of Lost Origins is right now. I was following it for a while, and I kind of lost track of it just because I've been so busy with Sword and Shield, now Scarlet and Violet, keeping up with the current investment stuff and plays, then I kind of lost track of that one. So, once again, definitely one of those things. I don't think it's a bad play. Chilling Reign to me is still a good opportunity. I know that the window for Chilling Reign reprints is getting really slim. There's enough of it on the market. There's enough available. The price is still down below MSRP everywhere. I don't know if we're going to be seeing any reprints of Chilling Reign. We might be seeing an ETB reprint again. They seem to like to do that now. Instead of doing booster box reprints, about 4 months before the end of a set, they will throw out ETBs, like with Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze. They've done it with a lot of the other sets too. Moving forward now, you go back Sword and Shield base set, they did it. So I don't know. That might be the new fad or transition that we're seeing for Pokemon, is they're realizing ETBs are a better reprint because of the amount of places they can send them, and that might be where they'll be going. So maybe we'll see less and less booster boxes and more ETBs, like we just saw with Evolving Skies even. Evolving Skies, little booster box reprint, huge ETB reprint. Let's see. Yeah, Pokepack. The Charizard tin we did to open it up right at the beginning, and that one was won by Antonio. So Antonio won the Charizard tin that was out there. Let's see. Oh boy. Thing just shot up a bunch. Got a bunch of them all of a sudden. Oh, no problem, Aaron Scott. You haven't gotten a Charizard UPC? I think they're still, you can still find them online even for around $100. Last week you could. So they're still out there pretty readily available. Yeah, Josh, you're a little bit late. Nothing too crazy. Definitely just, we got 2 of the giveaways going through. We started at 8. We're going to be trying to go to about 8, or about 9:30 roughly. So definitely still got a lot of time left, a lot of things going on. Lost Origins is a keeper. Agree. Lost Origins, I do love that trainer gallery, and I think overall that's going to be a crazy chase. How do we or did we enter the giveaway? The giveaway, I had a couple videos out and reminders all the way through for the last 3 weeks. I closed it because the way it was done with the ticket system, I needed some time to be able to correlate the data and get them on these prize wheels beforehand. So once again, I'm not able to allow people to jump in on these giveaways during this because of the ticket system, because I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to kind of put their opportunities where they wanted to put them. So yeah, if we do another giveaway, that's probably how I'll do it, the same way, is just have a cutoff time, and that way I'm not rushing trying to get everything set up on this end. Bro, I bought a Arceus V figurine box for a collection. It's beautiful, bro. Thanks for the advice. Yes, I love that box. I actually have one. I don't know if you can see it. It's up here, back behind the corner right up there. But I do have one of those displayed. I also have 6 of them out back in storage. And it's a beautiful setup. I love the displayability of that one. The one that I would say is a better displayability is still those Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon boxes, the premium collection boxes. When it comes down to displayability, those things are just awesome looking, and they did a fantastic job. And I will give kudos to Pokemon on some of these products, especially like figurine boxes and premium collections. They seem to be doing a lot better job at making them displayable. Before it was just throw packs in a box and put the big card in the center, and that was it, with the two small card on top of that. And now they're doing some different things, kind of the layouts, and they're making the boxes more flashy. They're putting texture on the boxes now. So like that Arceus box actually has texturing on the box. Same with the Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon box. They actually have their symbols actually embossed and like a little rubberized, or not really rubberized, but a plastic style embossment on it. So it's really, really doing a better job at some of these premium collections that make them displayable, which is a big factor when it comes to future investments and future, collectors on these things. It's more flashy that way. Yeah, I know it's difficult sometimes. You just got to put it in a black tote. That's the way to do it. Yeah, Pokemon Center ETBs will always go up. I think that they'll be the better performing ones. Overall, I think that they, just because they're exclusive. Anything that's got an exclusivity to it always adds a little bit more premium to it than just standard ETB. The jury's out on how many they actually print, because obviously they are putting a lot of them out there. Chilling Rain and Evolving Skies were pretty cut back at the end of the day for the number they did. But overall, since then, they've been pretty readily available and been able to purchase for a long period of time. So that tells me that Pokemon understands and knows that they're doing really well on that. And overall, I think that they're going to continue to push those a little bit further, and they'll make them more available. So whether or not the rarity is there is a question that I would put out there. But overall, I think that the overall exclusivity is always going to be a driving factor for that particular product. Do you think the prices will go up for Pokemon Center, Crown Zenith ETBs? I'm debating getting one or two. James, I absolutely think that they will, especially if they come down from Pokemon Center. That's really the point where they may go up. Crown Zenith, huge hit, huge set. We'll see that set probably come out. Well, we know it's coming out for the next 5 months. We're going to see product come all the way out until May. So overall, it could be one of those really good things, the good opportunities right now to get them now. You can get a max of 4 of them, or you could get a max of 4 of them from Pokemon Center. And as I said earlier today on someone else's comment on a video, they asked if it was a good idea. And I think so. I think that the Crown Zenith ones are definitely going to be a good opportunity at the end of the day. And I just hit a button. I don't know what I did. So if I added an ad, I'm sorry. My thing just asked me to do something, and I hit it, and it just said ad inserted. So sorry about that if you guys just got an ad. It was not my intention. I did not monetize this. Let's see. Pika Pika. Do you think this will be like Beanie Babies? Because this is... I don't think it's going to be like Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies happened so incredibly fast, too. If we look back on the history of Beanie Babies and the overall what happened in that market was driven a lot by the actual company itself also, which is a big factor when it comes down to it. Even the company used to put out, and I found one, and I should have brought it in here. I was going to. I'm trying to remember where it is. There's a book that they put out when Beanie Babies were coming out. And every year they would print a book that put in the assessed value of the Beanie Baby in 5, 10, and 20, and 50 years. So they actually the company itself put a data point for how much they thought this Beanie Baby would accelerate. That's a huge factor when it comes down to it. People see a Beanie Baby and go, oh, well, this is rare. It's going to be $5,000 in 50 years or 20 years. I'm going to buy a bunch of these. And that's what happened. People were buying so many of them because they were running on this I want to say snake oil books that were telling you that these things were going to be valuable, and there was no value. There wasn't valuable. There was no actual market for them. It was just people buying so many of them, which then caused more people to buy into them. But then people kind of realized that, hey, these are not worth as much as you think, and it kind of just all fell in on itself. And it all happened within the course of, I think it was like 8 months to a year. It wasn't very long. The fact that Pokemon has actually come into what I want to call more stable trajectory definitely has been a big factor. When we see gradual growth, we were seeing growth happening in 2019. We were seeing the market naturally go up. It was moving in the upward trajectory. Hidden Fates was another one of those things that really took it and pushed it up even further. It moved it up even higher. Sword and Shield was doing extremely well, but then COVID and all that thing happened, and we had that big boom. And then, of course, that boom kind of fell, and things are kind of falling back in line. And I think that that's a good thing. Overall, I think this market is stable. There's a lot of people in this hobby. There's lots of good discussions. There's actual people that are giving, building and doing things to try and give people good advice. And there's definitely some good things happening in this hobby right now that I would say are extremely good. It's extremely good to see these kind of things, and definitely favorable for the market to not completely implode in itself at the end of the day. Yeah, so Frankie just said he found one for Charizard UPC for $90 before tax on Friday. Yeah, like I said, I'm still seeing deals for $199.99 in places, so they're still available in quite a few places. Frankie, where'd you get? Yeah, so Frankie might have to give some information out. I'm a sealed product guy. I still rip packs time to time. I do too. I still, just like Crown Zenith. I mean, most of my investment is in sealed product. I hold a lot of sealed product. I have a storage unit full of sealed product. So overall, I'm a sealed product guy. But my thought process is, if I start opening packs and it's just strictly a business and I'm not having fun anymore doing this, I probably won't do it for very much longer after that point. I want to open packs. I want to enjoy chases. I want to try and get those chase cards. I want to open packs with my son, and I still play. So I want to play the actual Pokemon TCG. So there's a lot of things that I want to do and continue to do when it comes down to this hobby. And if I find myself to a point where I'm not doing that any longer, I might find myself not wanting to do that very much any longer. So, like I said, once again, I just want to point that out to people that I'm a pack opener, but I'm mainly a sealed guy for sure. Let's see here. Where was I? Fusion Strike. Yeah, so another one says Fusion Strike is slept on. I don't know if it's slept on. I think that people are just ignoring it because there's more hype and FOMO on other things. I think in general, though, that set does have a lot to offer inside of it, just like Chilling Reign. It's a hard game, Aaron. Trust me, it's hard to keep things open. Speaking of Arceus, what's your thoughts on the Arceus UPC? I like it. Honestly, I think the Arceus UPC is going to be beating the Charizard UPC for a little while at least. 10 years down the line, I'll be interested to see. But right now, I think the Arceus UPC has definitely got a leg up just because it was more exclusive, being sold only at GameStop. I think the numbers are a lot further down, but I think the overall, desirability of it isn't as high as a Charizard. Of course, Arceus doesn't have the hype and FOMO behind it like a Charizard does. But overall, I did a video on it. I think that it's a slept-on one, too. I think that there's definitely some opportunity in that Arceus UPC. I purchased 2 of them on release for the $99.99, and then I also picked up 4 more for $75 when they were doing that 25% off all Pokemon products. So there's definitely been some opportunities on that Arceus to get it at a really, really good price. And I definitely think it's going to do really well also. I think that the rarity is going to be higher on that one than the Charizard. The only problem, and its exclusivity is there compared to the Charizard UPC. I just don't think it's as strong of a fan favorite Pokemon as Charizard, which is going to be its hindrance in the long run. But Diamond and Pearl people are still not. You got to think about it. They're only in their mid-20s right now. Diamond and Pearl came out in, I think it was 2000 and, don't quote me on this, 2007, 2008. So realistically, those people that were playing that are just coming into their late 20s, early 30s at this point in time. The people that were driving this market were really first and second gen people. We had a lot more money. We have expendable money. We have careers. We have kids. We have houses. We have all of our things getting in order, and we have this expendable money more a lot of times than some 25-year-olds, and we're prioritizing it towards more of the investment stakes versus just the fun stakes. So I think that there's an opportunity for a lot of these Diamond and Pearl cards to do extremely well in the near future over time. All right, let's see. Yeah, smash the like. We got 50 likes. Thanks, guys. Absolutely awesome to hit 50 likes on this stream already. So thank you very much. Make sure you do hit that like button. It does help us out a ton to keep hitting that thing. Don't hit it twice, though. It takes you off. Just hit it once. But if you're new, go ahead and hit that. Let's see here. Smash the like. Don't Don't overspend on ETBs. Remember the tins and Pikachu boxes are coming. Yeah, that was my point of my video, Paul, when I did it, is don't go jumping into all these ETBs. Prices I know are pushing $65 for just a regular ETB, almost 60 to 65, which is funny because as of today, the Pokemon Center ETBs are still available for 65. Well, plus free shipping for anything over $25 or more. So if I'm going to pay 60 to 62 for a regular, if I keep pointing at it, for this ETB, why not go and buy that ETB and pay the same price and get more stuff in it? I mean, you're going to get more packs, you're going to get more opportunities. It just doesn't make sense to me. So overall, I think that I wouldn't overpay on ETBs. I'm talking to my distributor friend, and he's pretty confident that this isn't the last ETBs we're going to see. He said they're supposed to be getting some more. He knows that they're supposed to be getting some more with the next release of products that are coming out here in February. So we will be seeing more Crown Zenith ETBs. He doesn't know quantities, and I don't know if they're announcing it to LGSs or anything. This is just me and my friend who works there, so I have no stake in it, except for being able to tell you guys that, hey, there's more ETBs coming. But overall, I think that there's no reason to be spending $60 on a standard ETB when you can buy a Pokemon Center for $65, and there's a potentiality that we will be seeing more ETBs here in the near future for Crown Zenith. Let's see, where are we? Something moving now, I'm lost track. As a new investor, should I be focusing on booster box reprints or pre-releases or both? It's a tough game, David, on that part of it. When I first started, I used to do it as the pre-release or the first big wave or the first big reprint. Reason being is that back when I started in investing, it wasn't this craziness. I mean, sets used to come out and you could go buy them if you knew the distributor, if you knew someone, for $80-85 a booster box. So it wasn't really a high price to begin with. I was buying Unbroken Bonds, I know, for like $85, 80, I think it was 87 something a piece with tax for Unbroken Bonds when I was playing in tournaments. So once again, it wasn't that difficult to really get ETBs. So it's changing the market on doing it. But I personally would focus on booster boxes. Booster boxes are still got the most opportunities in them. Sometimes you can get lucky on ETBs, like this Crown Zenith one. You could have gotten lucky if you would have found some pre-order. There was some pre-order stuff like a month beforehand. There was going for like $40 to $42. But yeah, like I said, I personally would look for that first reprint now. The way the market's run right now, I typically watch the first reprint because usually that's going to be your biggest reprint, and it's typically right outside of the actual hype and FOMO. People are already hype and FOMOing on the next set. So sometimes that second reprint can really get dumped down, and you can jump in on at a really good price. No worries, thank you. PDaddy23, thank you very much for the super chat for the $1.99. Thank you. You the man. Northwoods is what he said. Thank you very much. Once again, thanks for the support as we continue to move forward, guys. Once again, awesome. Thank you, PDaddy23, once again, for throwing that up there. Are you guys giving GameStop too much credit, Ursi? Don't forget, last year, exactly 1 year, we got a new wave of Pokemon fans from Legends Arceus, so the Pokemon proved it could carry its own on video. Absolutely. Definitely a huge factor is the performance of the IP of Pokemon in general. How well it performs will definitely continue to bring new people into games. How the games perform, how they move forward in these games will definitely bring. I mean, a good game in Pokemon can cause a spike or a boom in the actual TCG. We've seen it with back in XY Evolutions with Pokemon Go. XY era, you saw that same thing happen. Now we've seen it now with Legends Arceus. We've seen a little bit of a spike. A lot of new people in the last six months have been coming in and really putting in the effort into this hobby. So once again, a good game could really prove to be very important to the overall health for Pokemon TCG. Hi, Angela. Angel. I was able to snag me 18 Fusion Strike ETBs from Sam's when they had them for $25 online a while ago. Yep, I got a couple of those too. I didn't get 18. I only bought, I think I bought 6. But definitely was still a good snag. And I'm trying to remember. Mine had the little tin with it too. So I got the ETB and a tin with the ones I purchased. So yeah, there's definitely been some good deals coming through Sam's and Costco. So yeah, definitely some good opportunities going on right now in that segment for them themselves. I mean, both of them have been Costco, Sam's Club have both been doing really, really good at giving some good promotional stuff. And even if you want to definitely get some things, you can really find some good deals on that stuff. What up, G? I'm late. That's all right. You're not that late. We still got 2 more giveaways to do. I know we have a 6-month or so release of Crown Zenith, but a little disappointed that it's basically unavailable in my area due to scalping and minimal release. Yeah, and that's the biggest catch is that I don't like the way that they're doing Crown Zenith in a way. I don't know what their reasoning is why they did this whole long 5-month release of Crown Zenith. I wish they would have just done it maybe 2 months. Even if you look at Shining Fates and Celebrations, they'd had a 2-week gap in between some of the products, which is fine. I mean, I'm okay with a 2-week gap. That just gives you an opportunity to reload and reconvene and figure out where you want to go. But yeah, 5 months is it's just drug out so far. It's really just not even fun to try and find these things anymore because it's just a fight in the end of the day. Let's see. I heard Pokemon Center ETBs for Crown Zeniths went for $200. Yeah, I saw that, Antonio. Someone pointed that out, and we looked at it, and I think it was shell bidded. I don't think that processed through because I don't know who would have spent $200 on it. And we were looking, and it was the same. There was 2 counts bidding on it all the way up. So I think that it was just the fact that it was shell bidded more than it was actually sold at that price. Problem is you got to be careful right now in the markets because we see shell bidding both directions. We also see sales on TCG Player that try and pull that price down, and we see them try and push that price up. I mean, it just depends on the what the positioning is that set at the time. So definitely take those really weird, really high priced ones with a grain of salt. It's probably not necessarily factual for what it was actually sold. And I wish that eBay would start putting a red slash through stuff. It would really clean it up. And the quickest way to fix this on eBay would be red slash it. If the sale doesn't process for any reason, so it gets canceled on either end, it doesn't sell, it doesn't go through, they need to put a red X, red letter it, or make the numbers red and put a red slash through it. That way you know that it got canceled and that price is probably not legit. It's not the right pricing for sure. Yeah, someone responding. I'm not saying it's great. Oh, how do you okay, so how do you feel about long-term value for mini tin collecting and regular tins? For example, mini tins sealed display. I'm sure that there'll be a market for it someplace. Just be honest, Horizon. Overall, I don't like investing into tins and into the regular size tins too because they just take up so much space. So someday I'll bring my camera over here, but there is a shelf like right over here that I keep a lot of my stuff on it here, and I have tins on here, and the problem is that the tins take up half the shelf, and I have about 40 booster boxes here to take up this half of the shelf. So I've got 40 booster boxes worth of packs here, and I have probably 18 tins and boxes right here. And the problem is that they just take up so much space and there's not that much product in it, right? So tins really do limit your availability to sell things because booster boxes have a really good opportunity to sell a booster box. You can sell packs. Individual packs sometimes sell at a better premium, or you can sell them quicker if you're trying to just sell individual packs. You could also go for the pulls. So if there's a really hot card such as that Moonbreon, opportunity to go and try and get those pulls. So there's a lot of opportunities in booster boxes because there's so many packs and so many different things in them, while tins and mini tins really do reduce that amount of opportunities, and they take up a ton of space for what you're actually storing at the end of the day. Now, let's see. I'm new to the whole collecting thing, so what would you say about starting off and what to buy first? ETBs, booster boxes, individual packs? Collecting and investing. Well, collecting is going to be what you prefer. I mean, if you like sealed product, buy sealed product. If you like, individual cards, buy single cards, or that kind of stuff. When it comes down to investment, once again, just like I said with Horizon, I personally believe booster boxes are your better fit. A little bit more pricey sometimes off the bat, but the overall packs that you get inside of them are a lot heavier. So definitely one of those situations where it goes by how many packs you can get into the smallest area possible. Sometimes storage space is limited, sometimes the amount of area you have is limited, and the more packs you can get into that, the better. So that's overall my feelings on it is that there's definitely, it's better to be in booster boxes because they do seem to perform extremely well over time. Sword and Shield is going to be interesting because I know a lot of people say ETBs are the better performer, and historically they have been. We look at the actual increases in prices over time. The ETBs have done better, but those ETBs had never had reprints. Now we got ETBs with reprints and reprints and reprints, and it's keeping that pricing down like it used to do with booster boxes, or still does with booster boxes. We see them go up, and then you see that drop, and then you go up. I mean, a perfect example, Vivid Voltage, Sword and Shield, Darkness Ablaze, even going through Shining Fates. Shining Fates at one time was almost $90 a booster box, and now it's sitting at like $48, and it's because of continuous reprints of these things. Chilling Reign and Battle Styles got huge amounts of reprints on those ETBs. It's kept those ETB prices relatively in check, so they're not really accelerating like they used to prior to Sword and Shield. So, still, booster boxes to me seem to be a stronger, better fit in the end of the day. David, I appreciate your feedback. I did manage to get some Crown Zenith ETBs. I'm kind of learning with the ETBs as I go, but do I sell them now, or do I make, or does that make me David, don't worry about the whole flipper thing. The flipper thing is perfectly fine. There are so many different roads in this hobby, and some people get up in arms about it. Realistically, you do what's best for you at the end of the day. If you see opportunities, you take opportunities. You hold things back, and you hold them for long term. You sell things at the market. Should I be selling my Crown Zenith ETBs? Yeah, I probably should right now. I picked them up for 42. I could sell them for around 60. Why? Realistically, I should. I just want them for a long-term investment. I think overall they're going to do better long-term. So overall, my feelings is that flipping and investing and all of this is the same thing. We're in it for the overall income eventually. The one thing I hate is scalping, and the biggest difference between a flipper and a scalper is the fact that scalpers are doing it. They'll steal everything from their own Walmart or from their own location or area, and then they'll sell it back to that same area for triple the price because they bought everything that they could. It's really difficult right now in this hobby to be a scalper. Most scalpers are gone just because that opportunity and the amount of product and the availability is up so high. But I would definitely say, and you don't have like a bad intent. Your intentions are not to rape the market. Take everything you can. You bought a full holding. You went to every store in town, you and your buddies, and bought every one of these. And then you went on Craigslist, or you went back in the same town on Facebook and listed those for 3 times the price. And everybody did that in the local markets. Then you're probably pushing the whole. That's a scalper. You're intentionally trying to cause a market fluctuation up. You didn't purchase enough ETBs in this case to cause a market fluctuation yourself. Unless you bought 100,000 ETBs, you probably did not cause any market stipulations yourself. You could take these and sell them back into the market, and it's just, in my opinion, you're absolutely fine. I wouldn't worry about that whole flipping term. I'm here to watch. Yep. Let's see, where are we at? Another plus for booster boxes is that If the plastic takes a bit of damage, a lot of people won't care. But if an ETB's plastic is damaged, people, exactly. I've seen that. I've had one, they got a little bit of just a little mark on the corner. Instantly, they wanted it down 30%. I couldn't sell it at what the actual market was just because of a small little tear. Booster boxes, nobody cares. It doesn't seem to bother them. Just as long as it isn't gaping to the point where you can get a packs out of there and replace packs, they're fine. What time is it? Oh, time for a giveaway. You guys want to do a giveaway? You guys ready for a giveaway? Can you handle it? This one's going to be the Chilling Reign. So we are already up to the Chilling Reign booster box giveaway. Night is flying by. So I'll answer this one question here before we do it. Bro, what do you think about regular hollow promo cards in long term? Is that a good? Promos are promos. I even tried to collect them all at one point. I had this idea I was going to try and get every Sword and Shield promo card at the beginning, and I think I made it so far into it, and then you're just sick of them because you got to buy all these products or you got to pay. Some of them do really well. Overall, if you get some really good quality ones and you get some really nice ones, you could probably hold them back to see what you can do. But overall, I don't know. Promos are so hit or miss. You got to get the right one, and you got to know why you got that one. So that's pretty much where you got to do a lot of research on them to see which ones are going to be possible. All right, guys. So now I got that one out of the way. Why don't we go ahead and kick over to the internet screen? Let me change off my YouTube so you don't get to see my algorithm or my back page. So there you go, guys. So here we are going into the Chilling Reign. Once again, move it over. This is the Chilling Reign. So anybody that put their tickets in on Chilling Reign is going to be on this wheel. Depending on how many tickets you put on it, as you can see, some people have 2, some have 3, some have 1. So definitely one of those things that I did do the tickets where you're getting the opportunities to do this. I'm trying to move this in the right spot. So everybody has the opportunities that they're looking for on it. Once again, you can see all the different. So Charles Brown's got 3. There's someone with 5. This Jay Beck is one of our members, and he put all of them on Chilling Reign. So once again, thank you for being a member. You get some extra draws on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the shuffle a few times, get these guys all mixed in here. And we're going to do a giveaway. Who wants Chilling Reign booster box? We'll find out who's getting it right now. Here we go. And Alexi T. Congratulations, Alexi T. So there is the winner of your Chilling Reign booster box. Congratulations on that one. Once again, thank you for being a member to the channel. Regional tournament promos I do like. I think that those will be... Hold on. Let me change my screen. There we go. So I think regional promo screens will be really good. I think that overall, I think that those are some promos that I would definitely go after. Regionals, you know, even the... a lot of those things are definitely something we want to see. So I definitely would be after those. I do have some regional promo cards. I also have some Worlds cards. Championship cards, those things I think will have some really good value at the end of the day. So I think they're really good to have. Yeah, exactly. DigiSmith is absolutely right. So if you aren't on the Discord, definitely jump in there. I mean, a lot of the people, even a lot of the members here in the chat are on the Discord. And we do have discussions about marketing. There's people selling things. There's discussion about what's happening in the market. Currently, if anybody's looking to, there is a lovely sealed boxes of Fossil First Edition for $75,000 for 6 of them. So I just put that on Discord just for fun. I did find that on Facebook Marketplace. So I don't know about the legitimacy of it, but definitely interesting to see a sealed box of Fossil First Edition. So kind of cool thing that we found today. Yes, thank you everybody for thanking on the milestone. It's huge. This year's goal is to try and get to 5,000. Pretty lofty goal. We got to continue to move like we are right now, which if we continue to move like we have been, definitely not out of the question. We can definitely do it. So 5,000 is not out of the question this year. It's definitely been my goal to try and push it that far. So I'm going to continue to try and put the best content out that I can. The one thing, if you haven't noticed, is that I have been kind of backing off. If I don't get a video done, I used to try and throw a video out there just to try and keep up with the videos. And I've gotten away from that. I'm trying to continue to do good quality, excellent quality videos versus trying to get into that. Mason. Hey, Mason, how's it going? Yeah, 5K easy. We'll see, Mason. It's not too far away. Yeah, it's possible, but it's going to take some work, that's for sure. Let's see. What other question we have? What's this? My net worth isn't even so... Yeah, that, Julian, that could be a problem right there. That definitely could be a problem if you don't have 75K sitting around. I don't have 75K sitting around, but I did put it on Discord just in case someone was looking. Because if I did, I would definitely purchase that. I think that's a really, really cool item to have. An actual sealed box of first edition Jungle would be definitely a lot of fun to have. Just to say I've got it. But once again, that's not something that's in my realm of possibility at this point in time. So, overall, the last thing we got going on, guys, is going to be the Silver Tempest. Like I said, we're right in the window. I just figure if you guys got any more questions, we can definitely hit them up right away. Because I'm trying to have discussions with you. I mean, this is more for you than it is for me. That's just me thanking you more than anything. So, once again, thank you guys for being here, being part of the channel. Mason, sometime here, I got to get you on a live. I got some questions for you. And it'd be fun to have discussions on the live factor of it. Exactly. Yeah, if I had $75,000, it would not be going on to Pokemon booster case of booster boxes. I would have to have a lot more money sitting around to be doing that, but plus you're like, you try and get the 75K all ready to go, you'd find out that TCA Gaming or SM Pratt's already on it, or Logan Paul with your luck. That'd be my luck. Oh no, I'll just put $1 million on it. Here, I'll take it. It's $1 million now. Be all over the news. $1 million for a case of first edition Fossil. What would be your ideal Pokemon product if you could design one? Whoa. Ooh, that's a good one. You got me on the spot on that one. Personally, I am #1 display ability, so that's why I said premium collections are really good. I don't know. I honestly would like to see them come out with something completely new, even Scarlet and Violet. The last 3 booster boxes for the new starters for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet I felt were a miss. They're kind of ugly in my opinion, but some people say they really enjoy them. But I think overall, I'm not too impressed with those. I don't know, Digi. I might have to get back to you on that one because I don't know. I'd honestly have to sit down and think about it. And I really have never gone. My brain has never gone that direction. Thoughts on Pokemon Go set ever recovering long term? The value is dropped on this set big time. Is it investable? Thanks. Just because something's low doesn't mean that it's not investable. I think overall, over time, every set will do fairly well in the Sword and Shield block. There's a lot of nostalgia. I think that one may be one of the lower performing sets at the end of the day. I think that it's going to take a lot longer for it to get legs, but I still think that there is some value in that set. Overall, if you can get some really good price points on getting into that set, ETBs around $32 to $30 or around $35, $38. I've seen them. Definitely a good opportunity to possibly pop into that one because in 5 years, could I see that's being $80 a ETB? Yeah, I could see it getting up to that point. I don't think it'd be a problem. You double your money. sometimes even more. If it gets up to 100, then you're closer to tripling, if not over tripling it. So once again, I think that there's some opportunity in it. I wouldn't go hardcore into the investment side of that at the end of the day. Do you think that the Charizard UPC or PC Crown Zenith ETB will do better long term? Well, that's a good question. I think if I was going to put my money on anything, I would probably go with the Charizard UPC over the Crown Zenith PC. The only reason I'm going to say that is it's Charizard. Lucario is strong. Lucario is a good fan base, but when it comes down to it, Charizards tend to do extremely well, even in large numbers, even printed heavy. We can even look at the Blazing Darkness Ablaze. Charizard is really printed heavy, but it still holds a $35 to $40 value to it. We can look through a lot of the other Charizards in the past, even some of the singles or just regular hollows and things like that. They do really well. So overall, Charizard always seems to take a premium, at least for the next 5 to 10 years. I see Charizard still being a premium product when you compare those two. Lucario, Lucario Crown Zenith Pokemon Center ETB, I think has some good value too. I think it'll be a good run out, but I think that the Charizard is definitely going to be a better buying point, especially when you could get them at that $90, $80, $70 that we were able to find those Charizard UPCs. I think that was some really good time to jump in on those and really have some good value built up. I think that they'll outperform the Crown Zenith PC overall and at the end of the day. What is everyone's idea open and sealed money ratio? I spend about 50. So Julian, I typically I try and put away $150 to $200. And typically lately it's been about $250 to open things. So my idea is I want to open about $200 to $250 in product. And that's the biggest thing is that I try and open that much product. After that, I try and continually put in about depending on sets, I try and put in about $800 a month into investing and stuff, $600 to $800 a month, depending on the month, into continually putting into my investments. So right now, I'm probably based on sets. That's the problem. I go by sets. I don't really go by months. So I don't intend to actually open things like now this month. February, I probably won't open anything. Crown Zenith, I got to open this month, but I probably won't open anything next month. So there again, it's going to kind of get washed out month by month, but it's probably pretty close to $100 a month to be figured out. 100, 150, somewhere in that range for my opening budget, and then the rest of it's just my investing budget. So it'll be somewhere between $600 and $800 a month typically at the end of the day. Thoughts on Chilling Reign possible booming? I think it will. I think that set has been hyped up by so many channels and discussed by so many channels as being forgotten that now that there's Scarlet and Violet and maybe some low, all it's going to take for Chilling Reign to really pop off completely is a couple low sets in the Pokemon TCG. And when I say low, I mean really going back to like Darkness Ablaze, Rebels Clash style sets. If we see those kind of sets, a couple of them in a row, I could see Chilling Reign popping off. But all sets are starting to pop off just because of the lack of product. What'll happen when we get a reprint of some products and we get some more product out there is going to completely change the game on all of these markets again, because people will hype and FOMO back, but people are bored. And when people get bored, they spend money on other things trying to fill that boredom. At least they're staying in the hobby. I'll give them that. I'm glad that they are staying in the hobby. But overall, it's got to continue to move in the upward direction and keep going. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my phone was on. But yeah, so I think overall that's going to be the biggest factors. When we get reprints and more product in here, then it's definitely going to change the direction and how much they spend on things like Chilling Reign. Slower sets may cause people to spend more on Chilling Reign. Good times, but when... Yeah, lower pricing and buy it at, the better off you are. How do you feel about collection lunchboxes? I don't really collect collection lunch boxes. The only ones I've got are I got a couple celebrations ones. I did buy a few of those ones just because of celebrations. Anything celebrations I've been really bullish on just because it's a great opportunity to get into it. End debate right now. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know if we'll ever end that debate, Digi. I think that that's an impossible debate to end. Percentage gain, even percentage gains, I could see the Charizard UPC moving up faster than the Crown Zenith UPC or PC ETB. It seems like them ETBs go to a certain point and they don't really move past that. They hit like a ceiling, and all products do. It's just a matter of when they hit that ceiling and how hard they hit it. You know, Celebrations has hit it at 100, about 350. It hit 400 and back down. UPCs all do that. Even the Celebrations UPC kind of hit a ceiling and it sat at $100 and $110 for a long period of time. It's just of how quickly it can bust through that ceiling and get moving again, and that's going to be the bigger question. Is that's where I kind of go. Charizard's probably got a better chance even at net percentage gain of doing better because it's got a better chance of breaking that ceiling sooner than Crown Zenith, unless Crown Zenith gets this kind of low reprint. I mean, if we don't get any reprint and more product of Crown Zenith, of ETBs, or any other products, and they're really low like it was this first time, and we don't see more and more coming in, then then it could completely be a game changer for the overall percentage gains on the I keep saying UPC, the Pokemon Center ETB for Crown Zenith. That could be the factor that would push it really high. It's just going to come down to Charizard was overproduced while Crown Zenith was underproduced, could really change that too. So it's really too early to say that that's going to be a factor. We won't know for the next 5 months how that's going to sit. Are built-in battle stadiums the most unpopular product? They're almost at cost. They have 12 packs plus promo. You know, the thing is, I think it's fairly... Alex, the thing is about it is it seems like it's a fairly newer product. I mean, the first one came out with Evolving Skies, so I think it's a missed product. I forget about them. I'm not even going to lie. I forget about them a lot of times. But if you look at it, too, a lot of them pre-release boxes also don't do extremely well for a long period of time. Usually, pre-release boxes are definitely going to be slow, depending on the promos that are inside of it. The best performing ones all have Charizards in them. So you look at the Vivid Voltage pre-release box, that did fantastic. The Tag Team box from Sun and Moon, that did fantastic. Even going down to XY Evolutions, that particular pre-release box did fantastic. But the other boxes in between don't do as well. So it's not just the actual built-in battle stadiums. I think it's those pre-release products or those built-in building products just are a little bit slower because of the promos. The promos just, unless there's a Charizard on those promo cards or a chance at a Charizard, they just don't perform as well. Yeah, Pika Pika net game. I always shoot for net game. What's your stance on a yellow border reprint not happening? It's happening. I like I said earlier in this thing, and I had a video on it yesterday, or a release yesterday. It was more of a meant to really push it down, but I don't think yellow border reprints are going to be held back. They're going to happen. There's no way that Pokemon's even taking into consideration that yellow border when it comes down to printing. If you look at the printing process, then it's definitely going to happen. And no, I think there's no confirmation. Distributors are all saying that they're getting wins of reprints of all these products coming. Sounds like they're talking there's going to be... Try to remember now. Fusion Strike is supposed to be getting a reprint, is what my distributor said. They figure Fusion Strike is going to get one. Brilliant Stars is supposed to get a small one. Astro Radiance and Lost Origins for sure are all supposed to be on the docket for potentially getting some reprints here. Now, none of it's confirmed. That's just what they're hearing from up the line. Until they get actual documentation and emails on it, we won't know for sure on that factor. And I haven't heard of anything for sure coming through. None yet, Digi. I haven't even had a chance to even look at it. You're getting two... Yeah. And that's where I've been hearing too, is that our Sam's Club now, my friend just said lives down there. He said that they just got a whole pallet of Evolving Skies ETBs again. Oh, did you Pokepack said and Chilling Rain? I didn't hear about. He didn't say Chilling Rain, but that's possible too. I wouldn't be surprised. It's about time for them to get one here before they go out of rotation. Only change is the code cards, which already happened. Yep. So what's the holdup on the booster? I do not know. Even the distributors don't know. They don't know why they're not getting the reprints or why they're not even getting notification. They keep hearing that they're coming. They keep getting told sets from up above that are coming, but they're not actually getting any notices that says it's confirmed. So I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know. Distributors don't really know what the holdup is either. Nobody really knows what the holdup is, except for Pokemon itself. Some people said that they were waiting until after Crown Zenith because they wanted people to be focused on, Crown Zenith and not on the reprints, especially since it's talked about potentially an Evolving Skies reprint, and they were afraid that people would all go to Evolving Skies and Crown Zenith would be forgotten. So that was one of the things that was a rumor that was out there. I don't know what the validity of is of it. Could be materials. Maybe they're having a problem with materials. We don't know. Last time we were seeing this much down, it was a material issue. They weren't getting the actual materials to make stuff. Yeah. Well, it's just all in popularity. A lot of people weren't in it in XY. So once again, your majority of people now in the hobby, we got a big group of people that came in Sword and Shield. So Evolving Skies is the big set of Sword and Shield. That's why that one's really pushing up in its value. So it's surprising and it's not surprising because XY also didn't have very big, their sets weren't just huge. They didn't have the hype and FOMO behind a lot of the sets either. So there's still quite a bit of product left from that XY era still floating around out there. So booster boxes usually don't get reprints. ETBs and tins get reprints. That seems to be the trend in Sword and Shield, yes. If you go back to even early Sword and Shield, even all the way through Sun and Moon XY, booster boxes were the only thing that got reprints. You get booster boxes always came back. That's definitely changed here in the current trend in Sword and Shield. It definitely seems like Pokemon's focusing more on those ETBs as their reprint avenue versus the booster boxes, which is why we're seeing this disparity in price between a booster box and ETB. Booster boxes are increasing in price extremely fast, while ETBs are just stuck in the mud. They're kind of stuck down on their original prices or right around them right now. Horizon, are unpopular sets in Pokemon printed less and therefore more collectible, or is it all printed about the same? It's not printed by the popularity as much as by the tournament play. So if a set is extremely popular and really good, and it comes down to tournament play, a lot of times Pokemon will print more of that set because it's actually used up faster. So more people are opening it, more people are using it. Thus, it may seem like it's not. So Fusion Strike is a perfect example of it. Fusion Strike got printed really heavy when it was released, but it's a really playable deck. And thus, the price it's really confusing sometimes. It's an unpopular set when it comes down to collectors. Collectors really seem to have missed on it, except for like 3-4 cards in the set. You got that Gengar, you got the Espeon, you've got the Mew V, and right now the third one is going to be that Celebi is kind of hiding in there too. All of which are good alternate arts, but overall the performance that set's fairly weak. Once again, it comes down to also if there's not a lot of pulls inside of a set, and that's what makes them unpopular. If there's not a lot of pulls and availability to pull a card inside of there, people tend to not want to purchase that set. They'll just buy the singles. So eventually the singles have to go up in price in order for people to open more of the set. So yeah, it can be investable. It's just a judgment call a lot of times on these. My typical arrangement is right now is that I buy 2 booster box or 2 case of every set that comes out. I buy 2 cases of booster boxes and I buy 1 case of ETBs of every single set of Sword and Shield. Now, Scarlet and Violet, I want to bump that up to 4 cases of ETBs and 2 cases of ETBs and 4 cases of booster boxes. Those are the changes I want to make on my end of things, which is where I'm looking at other avenues too to kind of increase my revenue intake. But that way you cover your bases, because a lot of times unpopular sets can all of a sudden break out and go. Then they can really take off extremely fast for whatever reason. A card gets popular, someone new comes into this and they enjoy, a new group of people enjoy a new Pokemon and it's in that set. You can really get that thing to go crazy all of a sudden. So it's really hard to tell. Julian. In Canada, we had a huge Costco sale of Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies ETBs for less than MSRP. The Evolving Skies flew off the shelf, but the Chilling Reign is still stacked up really high right now. Yep, and that's how ours is too. If I go down to Sam's Club down south, they actually put them down with the tin and the ETB. They put it down to like $24.95 or something like that, and I picked up 6 of them then. So I was really buying the Chilling Reign ETBs for, when you figure the tin into it, you're really paying $20 for an ETB and $5 for a tin. So realistically, it's a fantastic deal at the end of the day. So yeah, definitely is a thing that's happening. Booster boxes get reprints, Mason. They've been the #1 driving influence. They're just, seems like they focus more on ETBs lately. I remember when, yeah, I know. I remember buying Evolutions when I came back in 2019 for $72 a booster box. I bought 4 of them. 4 of them right when I started, and I opened 2 of them with my son. I got 1 left somewhere, right back there. And then there's another one in the safe in the storage unit. Hey Mason, where is your pile of booster boxes? Have you been able? I wonder. That's what I want to talk to Mason about. Has he even gotten any booster boxes lately, or has he heard anything from one of his distributors on reprints? I haven't. My distributor I talked to still doesn't have anything confirmed. Must make a really good living to be able to buy all the sealed product per set. I don't know if I make a good living. I make decent living, but I also have good sources. Biggest thing is if you want to become investing and really get heavy into investing, you got to find good sources to get your product. It's a huge difference when you're paying, what the distributor pricing without being a distributor and paying $100 to $110 a booster box. It really changes the amount that you can put away at that point in time. They honestly should just kind of... Yeah, I mean, they could turn it right into Evolutions if they want. Print it to death, bury it to the ground, and just maybe it'll come back later. Yeah, Digi's probably right. They'll bury everything all at the same time. Julian, welcome from Canada. Mason. All right, guys, she's getting up to the last giveaway. So we've got the Silver Tempest booster box. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that. So we'll get this moved over. So here we go, guys. We are at the Silver Tempest. Once again, thank you guys, everybody who's been here tonight. Thanks for hitting that like button. It definitely helps out a ton on the channel. Thanks for everybody that's been participating in the chat. Definitely some good questions. Definitely some good thoughts coming out there right now, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shuffle this up. Get that a couple times. Get her all mixied. And here we go, guys. Last giveaway of the night. Good luck to everybody. Let's see what we can do. Spinny, spinny, spinny. And here we go. We're coming in. Card City USA. So our final winner for tonight is going to be Card City USA. Thank you once again for being here. Thanks for being members of the channel. Overall, here you go, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming, Jay. Yeah, I was just gonna say I was trying to keep it about an hour and a half, so we're right there right now. So let's see. We got one question here from Casey. What's the best place to buy from for cheap? Ordered from TCG Stadium, and they sent Astro Radio booster boxes instead of Silver Tempest. Computer service won't do anything for me. Well, that's interesting. I get my stuff from a local LGS, and you know I've said this story a couple times, even when I was talking with Mason on here before. You know, I got in lucky because I was working with an LGS. I was trying to do deals with them because I don't want to buy a distributor. Neither can I become one unless I open up a brick and mortar at this point. I tried doing a distributor at one point, thinking that that would be a good route because I had some good alternatives to sell it. Had some places to go, but then they want to sell me Magic, they want to sell me Flesh and Blood, they want to sell me all this other product. The other part is too is that they need me to be brick and mortar. Right now, to get a distributor's get in with a distributor, you have to have a brick and mortar. So that opportunity wasn't there. So my next idea was in early 2020 was I was starting to work with an LGS and talk to them, see if I could maybe give them a little extra money, and then I would be able to get the product at a reasonable price. And to be honest with you, the only thing that really got me in finally with some really good deals, I know some other people get in places pretty easily. You know, a lot of times working with them LGSs, they're willing to work with you if you're consistent. You've got to be consistent though, or they don't want to work with you. What really got me in was when we got buried in all that product, all those allocations come in at one time with Evolving Skies, Chilling Reign, Battle Styles, Celebrations, and Fusion Strike all came in one big lump. I literally was talking to the guy prior, and he finally called me, and he said, if you could buy this stuff at me at my price, I'll give you as much as you want. You can take it and go and get me the cash back because I'm in trouble if I can't get rid of some of this. So it was one of them situations where it just worked out well for me, and since then, we've just kept a relationship of being able to do that. So I continually get the product that I'm looking for, pretty much at his cost, sometimes a couple bucks over it. You know, we work out a deal. He shows me the pricing, and we work out a deal for it, depending on the popularity of the set. But overall, that's just it. So, I mean, that's my opportunity to get in, and that's where I get my best deals. Also, places I do a lot of looking is just search around the internet. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out on the internet if you know where to look and where to find stuff, and just take your time. Once again, in this current market, yeah, it's getting a little crazy again. Yeah, I'm getting a little concerned that we're going to get a little top heavy again here. But if you take your time and work things over, you can definitely get into that opportunities in different places. All right, let's see. Yeah, see you all at the 5K stream. Yeah, next month we'll be here, maybe. Pika Pika, love your lighted white shelves. Look sweet. Thanks, Pika Pika. How big is your room? My room here is not very big. So, I mean, I think it's like 7 by 7. I think it's 7 by 7, 7.5 by 7.5. Not very big. This used to just be my office. So then I put in my shelving unit. I started storing stuff, and that's why it's kind of been a work in progress. I kind of wanted to do this since I switched over to this last year, and I just haven't had the time. I think I moved into here in May of last year, and finally I got a little bit of a break here, and 2 weeks ago, and I got all that put in place, which was great to get that done. So yeah, this isn't a very big room. I don't store a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff goes. I have a heated storage unit, so that is where most of my storage goes. I use it for my HVAC equipment, but I got a little room I built in the back, an 8x8 room that I just stack. I got shelves on both sides of it. It's in a heated space, and it's just climate controlled inside of there, so that's a good spot to keep it where I know it's safe. Do Pokemon sets generally increase in value when sets go out of print, or does it just depend? The sets will go out of print, or when they go out of print, tend to go up in value as long as they are useful. that's the biggest thing is that it comes down to is that it's if a set like Robo's Clash, it had its huge boom during its uptick during the boom. Never really got a reprint, never got really much more product out of that, no new ETBs. And that product, even if it's out of rotation now, really hasn't had a big movement in price because it's not really playable and it's really not sought after. But if, for example, if a set like Vivid Voltage or not Vivid Voltage, but Chilling Rain, we got all these sets coming up on the docket right now. Um, Chilling Rain, Evolving Skies, Battle Styles, Fusion Strike, all these sets are coming up on the docket into their second year, which means they're getting close to coming out of rotation. When they do, and they go out of rotation and they're playable, there's a chance that they'll do really good in pricing afterwards because people will still be looking for those cards. People will still be looking for the collectability of them cards, especially alternate arts and things like that. Those sets may tend to continue to move forward. So it really can depend on the set, but in general, they do move up after they go out of rotation. Wow, amazing how much you put in there. I don't have all the stuff in here, Pika Pika. Just to be clear, I actually have about 2%, 3% of my stuff in here. Realistically, a lot of the stuff I have in here are things that I'm planning on selling or moving rather quickly. They're not things that I'm planning on keeping for a long period of time. I mean, I got my cards, my singles, and stuff down here, but those are all planning on staying. A lot of those are staying, and a lot of them are for sale. It just depends. Some graded ones are staying, some are going for sale. Yeah, it's just on moving stuff. Realistically, the stuff that comes in here is moving stuff, except for my display. Display stuff is really going to stay around. But other than that, there isn't a ton of stuff. I mean, like I said, I've got 12 cases of booster boxes over here, but that's once again they don't take up much space at the end of the day. Jay Beck, I am 6 cards away from having a master set of Evolving Skies, but I really don't want to spend 2K on one. Yeah, I know. That's the catch 22, and the problem is that a master set really doesn't get you that value either, which kind of sucks. Is that you can put all that money into it, but yet you could probably buy the whole master set for $3,000. You're going to spend closer to 8 if you were to pull it, 10 if you were to pull it. If you buy all the cards, you're probably going to get singles are probably right at that point, and the master set's not worth more than the singles. Do you think it's worth investing in Chilling Rain over more recent sets in case there's no big reset? Right now, Chilling Rain is getting to a point where I would wait to see if there's a reprint. If there's no reprint, it's going to go up in value, of course, but I don't think it's going to go screaming out of here like a rocket. I think you're going to have time to still jump on it if it doesn't get a big reprint. Chilling Rain at this point is just, and I put it in my watch list, but I've already purchased a lot of the product on that, so it's not like I'm really looking at heavily investing in it at this point. It's just kind of, for me, I've got the product I want for it. It's just waiting for it, but for people that are looking at investing into it, I would honestly wait to see what the reprint confirmations are before making any big moves. There's going to be some reprints coming. I know the distributors say there's reprints coming. There's some things coming down the pipeline. We just need to wait and be sure that we can get it all in line and see what's coming before jumping a gun and trying to get ahead of something, because you may jump on something and you may regret it because the price will drop way down. It'll take a long period of time to get back, and you could have jumped in at a better price point, maybe gotten more items, and that's definitely a factor when it comes down to it. Let's see here. How do you think Vivid Voltage will do long term? I think it'll do well. I know there's not a lot in the set. I know some people, that's one of those battlegrounds. Personally, I know the kids love battle or Vivid Voltage. They really do enjoy the hunt for Chunkachu. My son's gonna remember that hunt for Chunkachu. A lot of people that age are gonna remember that hunt for Chunkachu, which is a huge part of it. Nostalgia, we don't know how much nostalgia will play a factor in the future, right? You can't judge that. You can't put an analytical number on it. But you do know that even yourself, you tend to gravitate towards things that you have memories of versus things that are just there. If you come into the hobby and you come back and Vivid Voltage is still around and you had an exciting time chasing that Chunkachu as an 8 to 12-year-old, you're going to tend to go and buy more Vivid Voltage. So I think there's an opportunity there. I just don't know how big it's going to be at the end of the day. Lost Origins, I think it's going to be a really good set. I think that Trainer Gallery is definitely going to be a heavy hitter, a fantastic set in general. And I definitely think that overall that Garantina is going to hold its value and going to draw people in. So once again, I think that Lost Origins is a great product to jump in on, especially on the next reprint. I wouldn't mind getting some more of it. I've got my 2 cases, but I might try and see if I can sneak out 2 more someplace just to bolster that backing a little bit. Thank you, Jason. Greatly appreciated for you to stop by. I know you're another long-term member of the channel. He's been around for quite a while. So thank you, Jason, for stopping by. It's always nice seeing the familiar faces like Pika Pika. He's been here for, man, I think Pika, you joined me, what, 600 subscribers, 500 subscribers, right around there? I know you've been around for quite a long time. So, but like I said, I was going to try and keep it at an hour and a half, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. We've got all the giveaways taken care of, so I will definitely try and see if I see you guys message on things and definitely try and catch you guys. And make sure you get the information. I got Aaron's here. Anybody else that jumps in and comes into here, definitely check out the video. I'll put it in the descriptions too, and I will put it up on the members board or on the community page. So I'll put all the winners, everybody up tomorrow, and that way you know who to go at, who's won, and who needs to get a hold of me. So other than that, let's see, we got one more thing. Okay. So yes, Jason, I love the Kurtometer. I love the way you said that. That's awesome. I know Pika Pika, you've been here forever. Digi Smithy's been here forever. Definitely some really big members here that I'm glad that they're here. Great supporters of this channel. Definitely been available to help. I know Digi Smithy and Pika Pika both are very good on Discord. They like to jump in, give their opinions, and talk about what they feel on the markets and things. Definitely we do a lot of discussion in the background now with that stuff. Thank you, James, on that. Everybody here will be considered OG when we hit 10K, 50, and 100. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine what I would do if I had a 100K channel. That'd just be crazy. You generally go for short-term or long-term gains in this hobby when it comes to reselling and collecting. I'm a mixed bag. I like buying, so like I said, I buy 2 cases and 1 case of ETBs, and the intention is those are long-term. I just put them away and forget about them. Now then I'll start playing the markets and try and find things that are on sale, different prices, better pricing, undervalued stuff, and then I'm doing short-term stuff on the side also. So I kind of do a mix of both. I kind of do what's best. I've got a kind of a set number in my head for some things, especially short-term. I want to make 20 or 30 or 40% on something. I'll just kind of place a number based on what I think it can do over the next few years. And when it hits that, I just sell it. So some of it comes up short-term and some of it's long-term. It just depends on the performance of the item. So, well, other than that, guys, I'm just making sure I got caught up. Thank you, everybody that been here. Thank you for the 308 people that have viewed this. And, of course, 77 likes, guys. Thank you very much for hitting that like button before you leave. It helps out a ton, as always, to just keep things rolling on this channel. You guys now are the biggest driving force on this channel. You guys hitting likes and commenting and being involved in the community posts, on the lives and things like that are what just blow this thing up. So, other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits because my throat's getting a little dry. And like I said an hour and a half, and I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and say good night to everybody. Thank you for being here, or good morning, depending on where you're at. And thank you for being here once again. Thank you for all the winners. Congratulations on the giveaway. Definitely will be doing more giveaways. And then there are going to also be, I'll let the members here tell you if they want. There's some things going on in the membership too that we're working on for our members. As we get more members, we're definitely trying to give them opportunities too as we move forward. So James or Jay, if you guys want to tell them about what we're doing in the background, I will let you do that because I feel that that's your guys' opportunity to push the community or keep it where you want it. So other than that, guys, we'll go ahead and close it off there. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for all the people that won. Thank you for everybody that's been part of the community. And we're not going anywhere, guys. We're going to continue to keep pushing this forward and keeping you up to date with everything that's happening in the Pokemon TCG at the end of the day. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.